Terrific Thursday, guys! Marvelous day! Why long lasting love must start from a place of acceptance. If you want to make your relationship strong and healthy, you must approach it from a place of acceptance. Love is selfless, not selfish. So often people look for love in order to fulfill a void that is felt. As a result, people will settle for partners and lovers that possess qualities they do not respect and cannot accept. If you cannot accept your lover for all the good and the bad, then you are headed towards destruction in your relationship. The same can be said for self acceptance, also common in that people fall in love because it makes them feel better about themselves. Are you ready? Because it's the most important thing you will ready or rather read positive and hear about this topic. Self love cannot come from external sources, especially from other people. In order to have a long lasting love, you must come to a place of acceptance. You must accept your partner slash lover for the good and the bad, and you must accept yourself too. So, this is easier said than done. Our brains tell us we should put the other person first, but healthy relationships does not happen that way. You must love and respect yourself first, and the rest will come later. While we cannot give you an exact recipe of how to come to a place of acceptance inside of yourself and in your relationship, I can give you some of the key ingredients. Okay, I say number one, be thankful for what you have and not envy what you don't. This is one of, number one on the list for a reason. There's an old proverbs that says, envy eats nothing but its own heart. Envy, especially when it comes from a place of jealousy, will destroy a relationship faster than anything. It's also a sure way to tear yourself down. When we spend our time counting the blessing of others, we miss out our own experience about life. To look at another couple, for example, and say, I wish I have a relationship like that, robs you of the chances of being able to build that type of relationship in your significant other. Strong loving relationship takes work. To label your relationship as being a certain way is a ticket to skipping out on the work. We create our own destinies. If we say something is certain, that is all it will ever be to us. The same is true on any scenario, whether it be within your relationship or just simply in a day to day life. If you can tell yourself that you're ugly or you're being negative, that's all you be to yourself. Even when others tell you that you're beautiful, when is the last time you felt true, heartfelt gratitude for all the amazing things in your life? Giving thanks is powerful force that we can all possess. You may not realize how powerful it is. Second recipe on the list is forgive. You may or may not be conscious on the fact that you have been beating yourself and other up for mistake that you've been, transpired in the past. If this is a case, then it's time to forgive. Have you ever heard people talk about being jealous because of experience that transpired in a past relationship? Because they have cheated on in the past, they are jealous in their new relationship. We just covered how destructive jealousy can be in a relationship. Stop pushing people or yourself for old mistakes. Don't hold your partner accountable for the action of an ex. Even more important than that, realize that what happened wasn't because you were worth it. This is one of the example. Perhaps you were the cheater, perhaps you abused or were abused. Life isn't easy. In fact, it beats you up. Why beat yourself up more? Consider the fact that it might be the time to forgive and move on to a place of happiness. It's the only way to break the cycle. Another recipe is focus on the good and stop criticizing. A lot of people like criticizing or, look on a negative or flaws of a certain people. Another example is, showing your negativity, your rudeness, your meanness. So it's not necessary to be criticizing. So focus on the good and stop criticizing everything. We all have, or we rather all need a love and accept. Tearing people down, whether that person is you or your loved one, will create the opposite effect. But at first, it was so good, right? Your partner seems to do everything right. Everything seems so perfect, and now that person has turned out to become someone else. Your partner does not help around the house, talk too much, can't sit through the entire video, plays too much video games, never gets off on a cell phone. Whatever your newfound issues are, and there's always issues, unless this really harmful to you or them, keep it to yourself. Criticizing your partner isn't going to change anything for the better. In fact, it's sure to make everything worse. The best thing to do, accept your lover faults and all. The same goes for you. You don't like your hair too tall, too short, too thin, too fat. Why not focus on the good things instead? What do you like about your significant others? What do you like about yourself? Try making a list of everything positive, and every time you feel then the need to criticize, focus on something good instead. True love begins from a place of acceptance. If you refuse to love yourself more, then chances are you will never respect the person that you choose to be with you. How can you respect someone who loves you so, or rather, love someone you hate? Also, be mindful that when you're mean to yourself, it hurts the people who you love. Good luck in your endeavor for this self discovery, love, happiness as you learn to open your heart, space, not only to those who you love, but yourself as well. Be positive and be marvelous.